All right, this is a call from one of my agents to an online lead that was that they spoke to a couple weeks ago. Now, the important thing to remember is I blurb out their everyone's names, so I'm going to do this as generic as possible.
Hello?
Hello, thanks for doing.
Yes, this is.
So here he says, "Hey, can I speak to, what the we'll use Sally Sue, please?" And she says, "Hey, yeah, this is Sally Sue." Right? What I'd rather change that to is, "Hey, Sally Sue, how are you? This is agent name, Joe Schmo." Right? So, "Hey, Sally Sue, how are you? This is Cyrus." And then she's either going to say, "Oh, hey, Cyrus," or she's going to say, "Cyrus who?" If she says, "Cyrus who," my response would be, "Hey, we spoke a couple weeks ago in regards to real estate. Just want to touch base with you and check in with you." Right? And then, so we'll continue the conversation.
Hi, the realtor you spoke to about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
It was real brief.
So you see, if we would have done the response as "we spoke a couple weeks ago in regards to real estate, just want to touch base with you," what you see is she already recognized that who he was. So she would have recognized who I was in that sense.
I was just following up with you. I know that you said that you weren't looking at the time and to follow up with you a little later. And I just wanted to see, check your timeline, see what was going on, see if there was anything I could answer, and just kind of see where you at.
This is good. Where I would change is he sits there and he instills her objection, where he says, right here, I'll play back.
And I just wanted to see, you weren't looking at the time. I know that you said that you weren't looking at the time.
He says, "I know you said you weren't looking at the time." Instead of saying that, right, she knows what she said. We don't need to repeat it.
And to follow up with you a little later. And I just wanted to see, check your timeline, see what was going on, see if there was anything I could answer.
So instead of saying her objection first, what he should say is just go straight into this part right here, right? Let's see.
Following up with you, I know that you said that
So skip this part right here.
you weren't looking at the time and to follow up with you a little later.
And just say, "I know you said you wanted me to follow up with you a little later, so here I am. Following up, I just want to touch base with you," so on and so forth. Now, I don't want to put another objection in her mind, right? I know what her objection was. I don't need to repeat her objection.
And I just wanted to see, check your timeline, see what was going on, see if there was anything I could answer.
This is great.
And just kind of see where you at.
Yeah, I think nothing has changed since our last talk.
This is great.
We're just kind of, wanting to wait and see how the market is. So I don't know, maybe we could follow up within the next maybe 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're not ready as of right now.
So right there, when he says 6 months, and she goes, "Yeah, we're not ready right now." That, boom, you should be asking, "Oh, okay, is there something specific that is making you want to wait?" Or you could say something like, "6 months? Got it. Is there a specific reason you're waiting 6 months, or is it just because of the time of the year?" Right? We want to find out why she's waiting 6 months, why she's waiting the time, because if we could figure out her why, we can better serve her.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I'm a resource for you. So if you have, any questions, concerns, or really want to know what's going on in this market, just don't feel any regard to reach out to me. I'm always here.
That outro is perfect. It's missing one thing. I would then prepare her for my follow-up, right? I want to prepare her to get a hey, I'm going to be reaching out to you from time to time. I'll touch base with you. Let's stay connected, so on and so forth, rather than just like, hey, if you have anything, reach out to me, right? So I want to tell her, hey, if you need anything, please reach out to me. Don't worry. Anything in regards to real estate, I'll be able to help you, blah, blah, blah. And say, I appreciate you, and I'll also be touching base with you from time to time just to stay in contact with you.
Oh, awesome.
And she's going to end up responding the same way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
You too, bye.
Other than that, great call. You have a lead that you are now able to follow up with, touch base. You have a timeline. It would be better if you got a better reason why the timeline is there. But at the end of the day, great call.